Welcome everyone to a brand new episode of Should You Upgrade? Now, this is a special edition of the episode because this time we're going to be covering Batman vs. Superman Dawn of Justice, the Ultimate Edition, remastered from 2016. Now, the difference between this one and the regular copy that we got back then is that Zack Snyder went back and he recolored and added IMAX aspect ratio, right? 4:3:3
Yep.
Aspect ratio to the film because he felt like the one that came out before it did not work for him. He did not like the color grading, so he went back, he touched it up, and he released this remastered edition to everyone. But anyway, I'm your host, Alex Figueroa, and that is
Nate from Netflix Reviews.
all right, Nate, so we're going to get right into this straight off the bat. So for those of you that want to join us, what are your thoughts on the Batman v Superman Dawn of Justice Ultimate Edition remastered from 2016? Leave a comment down below. If you guys want to rate it with us, these are the categories for your ratings. They are video quality, audio quality, extra features, packaging, overall, total points, and then at the end, we ask the question, should you upgrade? So with that said, let's start it off with video quality. Nate, take it away.
Yeah, and just so you know, this I don't know if this is going to be controversial or not, but this is going to be a fun review because I think we might go two different ways when it's all said and done. Now, video quality. Let me speak from. I know you already had the previous 4K version of this. I did not. This is my first 4K version of it. The video quality is good. The movie looks very good. It looks authentic to how it looked when I saw it in the theaters, right? As far as it's a very gritty movie, a lot of film grain, intentional, which I love. I love film grain personally. The color, from what I've read and what I remember, the color timing is different, but I had to look some stuff up because when you're talking about color timing, it is honestly pretty subtle. Some of the flesh tones are a little bit better. Certain things are brighter and things like that. But honestly, it's not crazy different. With all that said, I'm going to give it a 4.5. And there's one main reason why it gets a 4.5. Because the IMAX scenes that were shot in IMAX that are now in the 4:3 or the 1:43:1 aspect ratio, boxes on the side, tall, they look stunning. Every single one of them. And this is one of those movies, I don't know if you guys remember like Dark Knight on Blu-ray and things when it would flip-flop. This does the same thing, where instead of going widescreen to full, it goes widescreen to square. So, but they look amazing. They look incredible. The clarity in those scenes, as with IMAX scenes in general, look amazing. The taller box, in this case, it does add a lot on the top and bottom of the frame. The nightmare scene in particular looks great. The fight scene on the rooftop looks amazing. So I give it a 4.5.
So when it comes to video quality, so I own the original, and the original is very dark. One thing, it was a dark movie, so I kind of understand why he went back and he retouched up this film. It was not the way he intended. So with that said, I gave it a 5. Now, is it one of those, if you have the 4K and then you pop it on and you see it, you're going, oh my God, it's a miraculously a bigger upgrade? No, against you one of those that are very neat, detailed but again, like Nate said, in the IMAX scenes are a hell of a lot clear. Certain scenes, even on the regular aspect ratio, like the regular film, not the IMAX versions, there's certain scenes that are very bright, especially the fight scenes in the roof. Certain scenes are IMAX, certain scenes are wide angles, and they look way better in this version than it did on the actual regular version of this. The beginning sequence of him driving, I felt like they touched it IMAX up. You could tell they touched it up a lot, and I loved it because that's my favorite part of the movie besides the warehouse scene, which looks 100 times better. Even rewatching it, it doesn't matter what they touch up. It's just an awesome scene. But throughout, the color palette is very different from Superman's suit. His suit looks way more blue and red, where the other one looks kind of darker red. It was like very dark red, like a ruby, a very ruby dark red, like a winey.
But you know what's funny
red?
About that? You're right. Yeah. His suit looks a lot richer, but Wonder Woman's, they didn't do much with it. It looks the same. It still looks kind of brown. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think they touched up more Superman. Batman was touched up a bit because his armor suit was a little bit more brighter, so you saw a lot of more. His eyes was more popping. His suit was more ripped, like you could see more of the damage, like his cuts throughout. So I'm giving this a 5 because he did a lot of good work on this to present like what he wanted. Now,
Yeah.
I am not too crazy with remastering a movie that was like 4 years ago. You know what I mean? Like, this is crazy. Yeah. But with that said, that's something we'll talk about in the overall. But for right now, I say absolutely this is a 5 out of a 5. So let's get right into audio quality.
Yeah, 5. 5 for the audio. Yeah. Dolby Atmos track. It's loud. It booms. It hits. The music is great. You got a Hans Zimmer and Junkie XL teaming up to do the score. It's like a father and son team, right? Because Junkie XL is like he's like his protege. He's like Hans Zimmer's protege anyway. So it's like a father and son teamed up to make a great. I always love the music in these movies anyway. So the music is loud. Everything's great. There's no flaws. It's a great audio track. I gave it a 5.
Yeah, I mean, hands down. Dolby Atmos. The thing with Dolby Atmos, you know when a movie is in Dolby Atmos because the minute the movie starts, it is super loud. It's not like it starts little and then it starts to like progress into loudness. This was straight off the bat loud. And I noticed it because I remember I texted you and I was like, yo, dude, did they change it? And you know, this is the same coding. And I was like, holy crap, I feel like this is louder than the original version of the movie. Yeah. They must have tweaked this a bit. There has to be something they tweaked in the audio.
From what I've read, it's the same exact track. But it could have been what you said after, where maybe you just haven't seen it in a while. You like, dang, I forgot how good
it could be.
Was.
It could be. But yeah, it could be that because I haven't seen this in a while since we've seen the Justice League. That's when I saw this. So it's not like I watch this all the time. But this soundtrack was booming. So look, I gave this a 5 out of a 5. I mean, you hear everything. The buildings crashing. Yeah. The dialogue is amazing. The music is pumping. So yeah, I give that a 5 for Dolby Atmos. Extra features.
Okay, so guess what? Here's where I'm going to be honest with everybody that's watching. Here's where it starts to go downhill for me on this whole thing. So special features we have, and this is off the box. We have the boxes here. Alex has his. I have mine. It literally says bonus features, introduction and commentary by director Zack Snyder. That's it. An introduction and a commentary track, which, by the way, this commentary track is not new. It is the same commentary track. So if you're into commentaries, great, you get that. This is only a 4K set. There is no Blu-ray to fill with features. So hopefully you have another version of it that has some special features because this one ain't got crap on it. I give it a 1, and you guys already know who made this. It's your boys at Warner Brothers. You already know. So a 1.
At Warner Brothers.
I give it 1 point for having 1 feature. There you go.
Yeah, I'm telling you, the special features in this is absolutely a stinker. It is garbage. I put on the introduction. Zack Snyder comes out for 31 seconds. I timed it. 31 seconds. And he goes, hey, guys. This is Zack Snyder, the director of Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice, and I'm here to tell you the reason why I did the remastered is because all I did was color correction, and I gave you guys an aspect ratio of 4:3:3, and I hope you guys enjoy this. Let's get to the movie. And that's it.
Wow.
And I was like,
the whole thing.
I just did the whole thing, and that was like even less than 31 seconds. And I was like, you gotta be freaking kidding me. And then you have the actual commentary track. I'm with Nate. I gave this thing a whopping 1. Because this is doo-doo in terms of the Willy Wonka. This is doo-doo.
Yeah.
This is crap. And
look, it's 1 point because it's 1 feature. Yeah. The only way I'll ever give a 0 out of 5 is if you literally put nothing, like no features at all. Like, which there are some studios, Kino Lorber, they put nothing on it, so it's a 0. This is a 1 because some people do like commentary tracks. I'm not one of them. I don't like to watch a movie with someone talking over it the whole time, but some people are really into it. So 1, there you go. You got 1 feature.
But what I don't understand is you're re-releasing, right, a remastered version of your film. You mean to tell me you have no extra features behind the scenes that you could have added at least a little bit more into this disc?
Maybe, you know what would have been cool? Maybe a look at the process of remastering it. Maybe a look behind the scenes of them doing the color correction and the color timing and maybe that. People might want to actually see that. And I want to say something. This is where I was going to get this is going to get interesting because I was thinking about it today, right? I was thinking about it today. And this is essentially a re-release. We are reviewing a re-release of a film, okay? And correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm not wrong. But you could correct me if I'm wrong. remember DVDs? I used to be big into DVDs. You know, obviously I don't buy them anymore, but used to be into DVDs. Still buy Blu-rays. Do you remember when they used to come out with a movie on DVD and it have like 30 special features on it? And then they would do like a remaster or a recut or a re-edit or a, you know, director. And then it would have like 25 new special features on it, plus the movie. And it'd come in a big, thick box and it would be awesome. And then Blu-ray, they kind of still did that, but less. And now we're getting to 4K where they literally do it's like the better the quality of the audio and video, the worse the quality of the overall set. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
no, it's
am
true.
I wrong? Or
No, you're right. Yeah, you're right.
I remember I had the Sin City box set on DVD, the director's ultimate cut. This thing had like 4 discs. It had 1 million special features, 1 million. I now have the Blu-ray. It has like some. And as bad as I want it on 4K, I know it's going to come with nothing. It's going to come with nothing on it. It'll just be the movie. They're making it where you have to keep 9 versions if you want to watch features. It's pretty sad. I don't understand it, but whatever. End of rant.
Yeah. No, you're right. I should have played the DMX for you.
Should have put it on.
I should have put it
right there.
Yeah, that was it for it. That was the first time to strike. It's getting crazy up in here. But let's get right into packaging.
Listen, this is it. This is what you get.
Yeah.
You get a regular case with this artwork. Now, the artwork's not bad. It's a cool poster. It's fine. I actually like the regular 4K art kind of better with with Wonder Woman on it. Personally, I think they all look cool. This is similar to, I have a steelbook for it. It's similar, but the artwork's okay, but there's no slipcover. So this is just a plastic, piece of plastic, which I don't care, but I know people are really into slipcovers. They're one of those things where, like, if I can get it, I will. If they don't have it, I won't cry. But they don't even have it. Like, it's not even an option. It's just this. It's just a stack of plastic discs. And I don't know if it's just me, but for some reason, I hate the way this looks at the top. This gray bar. I don't know if it's like slightly bigger than on other movies, but I compared it to some, and it's like, it looks different. I don't know. I don't love it. I'm gonna give it a, you know what? Because I think the art is okay. I'll give it a 2, but that's the softest 2 I'm ever giving it.
Yeah. So look, this packaging, other than the posters that I got behind me, if you guys can see, AKA to our Patreon Robert for giving me those
shout
posters.
Out to him, yeah,
shout out. This is a stinker of a case. I'm gonna be honest with you. I mean, you're right. Like, I got the Jim Lee drawn steel book, which this is where this is gonna go into. But this, honestly, I'm gonna give this a 2 because it is a nice cover.
It's a nice art, yeah.
Yeah, it's a nice cover, but they should have just came out with a steelbook version of the damn movie, and I would have just purchased that, like, over this crap. So
the steelbook I have is those posters you have back there is the steelbook I have.
Yeah.
The one front cover is Batman, and then the back cover is Superman, and it's reversible. So if you want to put it on your shelf with one of them, you can have it however you want it. Just do something like that. Like, give anything, dude. Put a slipcover on this, anything. But you know what? Warner Brothers, they strike again, and they just gave this bare minimum effort. So yeah, okay, we both give it a 2. It's fine.
Yeah, it's a 2. All right, so let's get right into overall. So what do you give the entire package?
Overall, I'll be honest, I'm going to give it a 2.5. I'm going to give it a 2.5 because the audio, okay, so here's the thing. The audio is great, but guess what? The audio on the other 4K is the same, so there's no upgrade. The video is slightly better, and it also depends on your tastes, right? Because I'm not a crazy big fan of the 1:43:1 aspect ratio. We talked about this when we talked about Justice League. I don't love black bars on the side. I prefer the widescreen getting wider to full screen as an aspect ratio. But I'm not crazy about the squares. But whatever, it's a preference of taste, but it does look better. So there's an upgrade in video. There's a severe downgrade in packaging options, in special features options. It's a middle of the road overall release. I'm going to give it a 2.5.
Yeah, look, in terms of overall for this entire package, I gave it a 4. In terms of the video, it's very noticeable. If you're one of those that could pick it out, then you're going to notice the difference between the regular and this remastered version. But for someone like myself that's seen the movie a lot, it's very noticeable. You could see the changes in the suits. You could see the changes in the environment. You could see the changes in aspect ratios. And when they switch from regular to IMAX, you could see everything across the board. So I gave it a 4. So that's a 2 for audio and a 2 for video in terms of that. Because packaging stinks. Yeah. Extra features is god-awful. So basically, you're just banking on audio video. So with that, I gave it a 4. Yeah. So total points.
Fair enough.
Yep, total points.
So my total points, what is that? I didn't even write it down, but I could do it real quick. I gave it a 5, a 4.5, that's a 9.5, a 2.5, that makes it 12, and then a 1, that's a 13 out of 25.
Yeah, mine's is a 17 out of 25. That's the score I give it. All right, so let's get to the question of all questions here. Should you upgrade from the regular 4K to the remastered version of Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice?
My honest and truthful answer is going to be a no. Okay. This is not worth it, in my opinion, as a set. Now, granted, I purchased this because I did not have it on 4K. I will say, if you do not care for special features, because guess what? I know me and Alex, every week we do these should you upgrades, and we grade special features. I'm not a big special feature watcher myself. So when I buy a movie, if it doesn't really have any, personally, I don't care. But I understand that people like it, so we try to give you our honest opinion on it. So for me, it's an okay release because, 1, I only had it on Blu-ray, so I never had it on 4K. And 2, I still have those Blu-ray discs because the set I had was a 3-disc set.
Right.
So now I'm just swapping out the Ultimate Edition Blu-ray with this Ultimate Edition 4K. I'm keeping the other Blu-ray that has special features, and it still has a DVD, right? So, for me, I'll say this, if you don't own it, I'd probably, I see that's even hard because if you want features, it's still a no. If you don't care about features, I would say buy this. Yeah. If you have 4K already, it's a hard no. And at the price point, I'm gonna be honest with you, Alex, this should have cost $10. For what it is, it should have been $9.99. You're getting a disc with some new color and some remastered scenes, and that is it. It should have been $10 at $17.99, at $19.99. It's too high. $10 max.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think the price point for this remaster was way too high for the general public. It should have been, to me, should have been $15 or less. I don't think it should have been $20 or worth $20 because you're not getting nothing for $20 here. Like you said, you are getting color grading. You are getting the IMAX scenes. You're getting the same audio, so there's nothing tampered there. But the bonus features is absolutely atrocious. I mean, I bet Wally Wonderland that came out on Blu-ray has more features than this damn 4K disc, to be honest with you. But in terms of should you upgrade for myself, I will say yes. And the reason why I will say yes is for those DC enthusiasts out there that want to collect it for their collection. They want to put it with their other versions of this film. Yes. Get your hands on it. You're going to see the difference in terms of the videos and the audios. Yeah, you're going to the whole package is good with that.
I could agree with that point. If you're like one of those people who want to have like every version of it, then it's fine. Yeah, it's fine because you are getting at least a different visual presentation. But if you have the 4K and you're not like, okay, so this is great because you're one way and I'm another way. If you're like me, it's not. But if you're more like Alex, yeah, and I could see it both ways. I wouldn't fault anyone for getting it. Still, the price point's too high, but
yeah. Look, and I was just gonna allude to that. Like for someone like myself, DC fan, yes, I was gonna get it hands down. But for someone that already owns this, is it noticeable? Is it something groundbreaking? You know what? Not too many people. I mean, you could put the regular version. You're getting the same movie. It's just different aspect ratio and different color grading. So.
In some scenes. It's not like the whole movie. I want people to understand, because maybe we didn't quite explain it.
Yeah.
The whole movie is not in IMAX.
No.
So you remember Justice League, his Snyder cut, the whole movie was in the same aspect ratio. This is the same movie, and certain scenes have the IMAX aspect ratio. So you're not even getting a full like IMAX movie. You're getting parts, and the rest of it looks kind of how your other disc looked. It's slightly different colors.
Right. And then again, if you guys are coming from Wonder Woman 84, you have the same style of the aspect ratio going out and in. They're showing the IMAX. Same thing with the Batman movies. They're giving you the IMAX into the regular. So if you're used to that format, that's the format you're getting with this. The regular 4K, you're not getting no aspect ratio changing. It is all the same 16:9 across the board, just darker. And pretty much it. That's all I can say. But in terms of that, I say yes for those that want to collect it. You want to put it. You have 2 different versions of the film. Absolutely get it. Is way too much for me. But if you're one of those that don't give a crap, I say no. So I'm like split 50-50 on this. But overall, I will say yes for those out there that want to get it into their collection. All right, Nate. You know what to do.
Yeah, I think this is the definition of a 50-50 disc. This is like, there's certain people who are absolutely about it, and there's certain people who are going to be very disappointed. Yeah. I'm not disappointed because I didn't have it on 4K. I promise you, if I did this, I'd be upset. All right, so that is Batman vs. Superman: Dawn of Justice. We hope we helped you, kind of guide you. It was hard to get in the first place, so if you haven't purchased it yet, maybe this video helps you decide if you want to or don't want to. We're going to be having some more 4K upgrades over the next month or two. There's a lot of movies that are going to be new to 4K. So me and Alex are going to get together. We're going to pick some good stuff for you guys. And yeah, just keep an eye out for what we got next week.
Yeah, for those of you who want to follow us on our social media accounts, check out Nate over on Instagram at NateFlixReviews. Check out his podcast with him and his friends, Nate Flix Movie Reviews. If you want to check out anything Levels of Geeks, go to our website, www.levelsofgeeks.com, where we have all our stuff under one hub, our central hub of entertainment. We have our merch, we have all our podcasts, we have all our videos, all up for you guys there. And then of course our social media accounts, we got Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, I think YouTube, all Levels of Geeks across the board there. Then again, I'm your host Alex Figueroa, and that is
Nate from Netflix Reviews.
Be awesome to each other and geek out.